Yo, what's going on today, fam? So today we're gonna be doing an oil change on my LB7 Duramax right there. So I bought this truck, used service body. I don't know when the last oil change was done up on it, so today we're gonna be doing it. So one step that I did was jack up the truck. You don't have to do this, you know, if you're on your back, then you'll be able to, you know, access what you need to access, but it'll be a tight squeeze. I did it just so I can actually show you guys exactly what I'm doing. But so my first step was to jack it up. So what we're going to be using today is Shell Rotella T5. It's a 1540. It's a synthetic blend. You know, this is a high mileage truck, 235,000. So I didn't go full synthetic, but I went with a synthetic blend. So you're going to need 10 quarts of this right here to do your oil change on your LB7 or whatever Duramax. They're pretty much all the same. So pretty much what I did was I just ordered these 3 gallons from Amazon. I think it was like $50-something, so I'll have that link in the description. For the oil filter, I'm going with a Mobile One, and this is the part number right here. It's an M1303 Alpha, but this will be linked in the description. Also, I pretty much use like Shell Rotella in all my vehicles, and I only use like Mobile One oil filters, so you know, I'm staying on brand there. So first thing you're going to do with your oil change is you're going to want to remove your oil cap. So just want to remove that right there, and then I also just come and then I remove my oil dipstick. And the reason why we do that is it just helps the oil to flow out easier without having that vacuum on it kind of holding it up. Another thing which isn't necessary, but just let your truck come up to operating temp, not super hot, you know what I'm saying, just so the oil will flow a little bit more freely. So next step is to go underneath the car. All right, y'all, so this is the front of the truck right here. I got my drip pan right here. Remember, this is 10 quarts, and so just make sure you have a appropriate size container to house it. So if you're going underneath the vehicle and then looking up, so you'll see your oil filter right there, and then your drain plug is right here. Your drain plug is a 17 millimeters, so you're just gonna grab a socket like that and loosen it on up, and then you'll let it drain out in this pan. It's a smart idea just to have some rags close by and maybe an extra pan, you know, if you're not sure if yours is big enough to house the fluid. So I'm gonna drain my oil right now. Go ahead and loosen that up. Let me get you guys set up. Hopefully we don't make too big of a mess. Alright, so keep in mind gravity's gonna do its thing, so this oil may go squirting out. So just try to have your pan angled in such a way and that it'll catch all of it. Well, we made a mess. Pan was just a little bit too shallow, but yeah, so this is just draining out right now. So just gonna let that bad boy drain. And so while that drains, you just wanna clean your old drain plug right here off with a wipe. Make sure there's no metal shavings on it if it's magnetic. We're gonna focus our attention on the oil filter right here. So like the oil filter is always hit or miss. Just make sure that you have your pan angled under it. Sometimes it's only hand tight and you can get it with your hand. Other times you need an oil filter wrench. This one is just hand tight, I believe. Y'all might need both hands for this. All right, so I got the oil filter loose. Now I just backed it up enough, and just so that oil can drain out. Because if you just take it straight off, it's gonna make even a bigger mess. So yeah, I loosened up a little bit, and we're gonna let that drain. And then once that drains, then we can go ahead and put our drain plug back in. Just snug that up tight. And then we'll go ahead and look at what we need to do to reinstall the oil filter. All right, y'all, so I got the drain plug back in. And just remember, it is a steel oil pan, but just snug it up, you know. It just needs to be snug, nothing too crazy. So now we're gonna go ahead and install our new oil filter. And what I like to do is just fill the new oil filter about halfway to 3/4 full of oil, and just so when you go to start your truck for the first time after your oil change, your engine isn't running without, you know, like oil pressure for like a couple seconds, which causes a lot of damage to the engine. So something I like to do. So we're gonna go ahead and fill this up, and then we'll get this reinstalled. All right, and then once you have it filled up, then you want to just take some of that oil and run it along the O-ring, just to make sure you get a proper seal. So now we're gonna go ahead and reinstall this to the car. The truck, excuse me. But make sure when you go to reinstall this to clean off the old surface where the old oil filter was, and make sure that the old gasket wasn't stuck on there, because sometimes the old gasket can get stuck. If you have two gaskets on, it's definitely going to leak. But I'm gonna get this installed, and just make sure when you install it also that it's hand tight. It doesn't need to be cranked up on there. It won't leak or anything like that. But yeah, that's alright, y'all. So we got our drain plug, we got our oil filter installed. So now it's time to top it off. So the engine holds a 10 quarts, as I said earlier. So I'm gonna throw 2 of these inside of there or whatever, and then the third jug is gonna be like half the jug or whatever. So pointed at me. Oh. Yeah, so.
You're getting so close.
Stop walking so far.
Because you're getting so close.
I know, but the mic and it's super loud here, so I gotta be close.
I can't see where your head is.
Man, I got a trash ass camera person, don't worry about that. But I'm not gonna make y'all sit through this or whatever. So I'm gonna go ahead and top this off. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but your oil change intervals, they recommend like 10,000 if it's like a light use of your truck, but if you're doing like heavy towing, or if you're in like really treacherous environments like Texas and stuff like that where it gets super hot, to do it every 5,000 miles. But you know, I'm not doing that much work, so every 10K is good for this truck. So once I finish with this, and then we'll move on to resetting your change oil light. All right, y'all, so once you get your fluids all topped off and all that good stuff, next thing you're going to do is reset your oil light. So you're gonna put your ignition in the run position, but you're not gonna actually start the vehicle, and then you're gonna press on the gas pedal 3 times consecutively, and then your change engine oil message from here should leave. And you see it's flashing right there. So now once I turn this off, we shouldn't get that message anymore when we start the vehicle. All good. All right, y'all. So I hope you guys enjoyed this this video. You know, if you did, make sure to check out the links in the description if you need any of this stuff for yourself. I'm gonna have an oil filter wrench. I'm gonna have the oil. I'm gonna have the oil filter, all that stuff linked for you guys. And so you guys have everything you need to do it. And if you like the video, just consider subscribing. Take it easy. I'm out.